Good morning, modern steaders. We are all loaded up. We are off to the OGP. We got some new fencing we're gonna try out this time at the OGP. And we're gonna head up there and see what we can get done today. All I know is it is chilly. 32 degrees out right now. So I'm hoping that sun feels good. Just opened up the Heatmaster outdoor boiler and spread all the coals around. I'm liking that. We're getting a good bed of coals. This time we went with a different fencing system than what we already have.
Right now, I was just picking up our mess of our pallets that we had left, just consolidating them over there, so when we get over to the girls' side of the barn, that we'll figure out where we want to put all that or how we want to take care of that. We had to do that so we can go ahead and put these fences in. So we originally had, we have fencing for temporary fencing, but now it's going to be winter, so temporary fencing is not really going to work in our climate for that. At least not probably hold up the whole time. So we decided we're gonna go ahead and put some permanent fencing in, and then at least it's permanent for now. And then we can go ahead and add on with the temporary fencing, plus we other places on the homestead that we can go ahead and use that temporary fencing. So this moment is really a big deal because we have been waiting to put these fencing up. This is a huge step to be able to get the animals finally up here. This is where that pallet was. If you look right here, deer must have been eating that right down, which is awesome. You see all the spots through the pasture. It's where they've been going through. Pretty neat to see though.
So we've been going back and forth what we want to do for fencing up here. One of the main reasons is we're not exactly 100% sure of the layout and where the animals are going to be completely. We were going to just use our electric poultry netting fence. Well, they make it for sheep and for pigs. They make all different ones. We were going to use that, but with winter coming, it doesn't hold up to the snow if you leave it in one area, and you can't move it around once the ground freezes. So this year, we're going to try the timeless fence. It's a PVC fence. I'll show you in a minute. It's a PVC T-post. And we're going to be using high tensile strength wire that's going to be electrified. And there's a few reasons we went with it. And once we start getting it in the ground, I think you might see, we'll have to see if it works the way they say it's going to work. But if it does, it'll be pretty slick. We have pretty rocky ground here. So trying to drive T-posts and different fence posts can be tricky. At our homestead now, we have the woven wire fence, which is awesome. The price of that keeps going up and up and up. It's definitely a permanent fence with all the money you have invested in it. And we're not 100% sure of how this layout is going to stay. So with these, it's a better cost effectiveness, and we'll be able to rearrange this fence and reuse this and reuse the high tensile strength wire. The other reason why I want to try the timeless fence system out is we have a lot of areas we want to fence in the future. And from how they tell you that you can install this, it should work really well with our soil. So this is definitely the place where we're going to try it. And if it works well, we'll be using it in a lot of other locations so we can fence in. And the other reason why I want to go with high tensile strength wire is it's electrified. And that'll keep in multiple different species. Like electrical fence keeps in pigs. Pigs learn about an electric fence, they don't go near it. Where if you had woven wire, the pig would go right up to the woven wire and they would try to dig under it and get out and under it and just make a mess. So with being electrified, they won't even go up to it. So if we want to have different areas fenced in, say like with the perimeter of this stuff, and then we can put cross sections in and move like pigs and sheep and cows through the same areas over time, they'll all be able to use the same fence, which will save us a lot of time in the long run.
Right. nice day out. We're gonna shed this hat soon.
I was just gonna say, you're looking so beautiful in that sun. So we're just going over and trying to figure out what we want to do. Well, most likely at some point, probably next spring, end up fencing in this whole area. So we're just going to fence in 50 feet for now by 30 by 50 for the boys. We only have 2 of them. That's more than enough room. And then 2 things, we'll expand later on, but also having the animals up here, we'll kind of see how everything works. So instead of going gung-ho and doing everything huge at once, we'll kind of figure out how we like it, how we like different things about the fence, and then in the springtime, we can add on. And I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to getting some sheep, some pigs. Cows will probably be another year. Maybe not. We'll have to see. But
who knows? You never know.
That's right. You never know.
We always change our minds.
We do. So. But I'm definitely looking forward to get pigs come springtime. I'd like to get them this winter, but I think we'll hold off on that. And we're going to be looking for some sheep and probably some breeding stock of sheep. And then another breeding stock of pigs. But we got to get a bunch of things in the works. So we just need to get this fenced-in area built so we can get our animals up here.
Right, and the ideal thing for the boys and the girls is not to be so close together, so we probably will move that barn to a different section probably at some point.
At some point we'll make another pasture in a different area.
We're going to change it.
Yeah, so either way, no matter what we do, we know we're going to change our minds. So we're not going to go full out on this for the boys. We'll just get this smaller area for them. It'll be bigger than what they have right now. And the nice thing is we've been able to stockpile some of this clover grass for them, so they're going to have some good grass to eat when they get up here. So let's just get this wrapped up. We'll go up 50 feet, square it up to the barn, and we'll just start going to town.
Yeah. A little bit further. There you go.
That is one of the things I really like about doing most of the stuff ourselves is we can change things on the fly and make adjustments to what we like as we're working. So that is the good thing.
One thing that's hard for us though is because we do want to do it all right now, but we know that we're not sure.
Right.
So it'd be easier for us just to hold back a little.
That's right. We got to try to work on that better. These are just corner markers so we can run some string to make sure we get straight lines for the rest of the fence. Okay, pull it tight your way.
You gonna drag the barn away with that string?
Yep, it's stronger than you think.
Just marking where we're going to put the posts. Hopefully.
Yeekers, spitting. Let's get these posts in the ground. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll mark the other side, and then we got to pick out our gate to get the spacing off the last post. I really hope we like this fence because we got a lot of the supplies we're gonna need to continue building it. So later on, we go to purchase more stuff. It'll just be T-posts and the wire that we're gonna need. We'll already have the tools. The way Timeless Fence recommends installing their T-post is drilling a small, about a 1/4 inch smaller than the T-post size that you get. And they sell a regular wood bit for auging through dirt. So we're gonna start with that. But then if you hit rock, they recommend using a masonry bit with a hammer drill. So we're gonna do all the drilling with a hammer drill and see how it goes. If this works, especially going through rock, this is gonna be awesome. Now we get to see how it goes in. So they have a mark on them, how deep to go. Like that one in nice. If they all went in that easy. Look at that.
Some dark soil.
Move over a little bit more. So as much as I wish this drilled better through rocks, it's a lot easier to use the drill bit, see if there is a rock, and if there is, just to keep moving over to find a new location. That works really slick. I like that. Go grab a post. That hole is easy to lose once you take your drill out of it.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Leave it in there.
That's pretty good. Getting better.
It's gonna be better.
Well, it's not hard to be better than that one.
Well, I just don't want you to get disappointed. Looks straight so far. Went good.
Right there.
Looks good.
This one we'll pull out tomorrow. That one's good. Now, I'm gonna try doing some corner posts. All right, this next thing I wanna try, I don't know if it's gonna work. I've never seen it done before. I'm not saying it hasn't been done before, but I've never seen it done before. And if it does, it'll make a good, strong corner inexpensively. So I'm kind of going off of like the wedge lock design for metal T-posts. but I haven't seen that design or anything like that for these PVC ones, so we're gonna kind of make it up ourselves, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna drill this corner out and let's see what we can do. Good morning. It is another chilly morning this morning. Look at the heat master boiler going. I don't know if you can see that, but that's not smoke coming out of that chimney. It's burning so efficiently, it reburns all the gas. That's just hot air coming out of that pipe. We need to continue on with our fencing. I grabbed the T-post puller. I got some carriage bolts, and I got our drill and everything we should need. So this is a T-post puller for a regular metal T-post. I'm curious to see if it'll work on these and if it damages it or what. Doesn't want to bite. There we go. Hold out easy once we got it. So it takes a little bit of an adjustment. Being PVC, it kind of wants to slide on it. Right here, you can see a little scrapage and a dent. That's from the T-post puller, but that is not bad at all. I didn't know if using the T-post puller on these would make them not usable afterwards, but we can still reuse that one. That is good to know. Now I wish we had feet and feet and feet of topsoil or of good clean soil. We don't. We have clay and rock. You want to see what we're working with? We got big boulders like that, but in the ground. This is what our ground looks like. So by cleaning up the road and making a shoulder for the water to run in, it's exposing what's underneath the ground. Look at all them rocks. So that's why we're putting the fence in this way with a hammer drill and T-post. Because yeah, we have pretty bony ground here. That's why they call it New England, right? Maybe that's not why they call it New England, but if you're in New England, this is the kind of soil you deal with a lot of the time. So considering what that looked like, I think we're doing pretty good. That makes for a strong corner. It is crazy how strong that makes that corner. So now we can start working on the gates. Yeah, I like that. It'll be interesting to see how they hold up over winter with frost and everything. But we'll have the line coming this way, going that way. It can't pull that way, and it can't really pull that way either, so. We need to hang a gate on the barn. We're gonna put the hinges on this side so we have the weight of the gate on the barn. Then we can figure out where our post is going in. We're not gonna use a T-post because I want something more rigid for the gate to close up against, or close to, and then we can chain it to it. A T-post would be too flimsy for that, so yeah, let's get started. A lot of people have been asking about the barn and how the colorants turned out. I would say it's kind of pretty much the same as it's been for like after a week. It's basically turned the color it was going to turn a week after we sprayed it, and it's pretty much stayed the same since then. That's not too bad.
I would say that's good.
It is perfectly level right now. All right, I figure we might as well use the drill to kind of drill out the perimeter and see if that makes it easier for digging. If we have it, might as well use it. We gotta go get the bigger toy.
I think so.
Yeah. So hopefully it's not too big of a rock that we have to make a gigantic hole just to get this little post in. That was a lot larger of a hole than I wanted to go. So we have a lot of rocks we're dealing with.
They weren't overly huge, but they are bigger, and there's a bunch of them.
I'd say that, yeah, that's the issue. There's just so many of them. Look at that. And here.
Yep. You found the jackpot.
We did. Perfect. Perfect. So believe it or not, this has actually been easier putting fence posts in this way than any other way on our properties because we have so many rocks. I'm a little envious of people who have nice soil without rocks in them. And if that was you, you could put this fencing system up pretty quickly without the issues we're having. So if that's you, don't let me know. All right, before we can go any further with finishing off that post and then running our wire, we're gonna let that post dry. So this is where we're gonna end the video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. See you guys right back here in the next video.
Bye. See you next time.